Hey guys, good evening. It's Raghav, and welcome back to the 3 a.m. show. I'm so grateful to be back on the show after a long time. It's been almost 2 weeks, actually, more than 2 weeks since I uploaded the last episode. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to disappear. Life just pulled me in a few different directions, and I needed time to sort out a few things. But thank you so much for sticking around. If you have messaged me, DM'd me, left a comment, or emailed me, I have read every single one, and it matters to me so much that I take this podcast as seriously as I can because so much has happened since the last episode, and I can't wait to give you all the updates in my life currently. A quick update is I've moved back to London after being away for almost 2.5, 3 months. The reason I've moved back is because I'm working as a full time associate at the university I graduated from. And this was a very impulsive decision for me and kind of feels like a full circle moment because I graduated from this university 2.5 months ago. Then I moved out of London to go back home, and then now I'm back. And it's a crazy feeling because the first 3 days I moved to my new apartment, there was no proper heating, there was no hot water, there was no Wi Fi in my apartment. And at those moments, I truly felt like breaking down because I kept my calm and things got way better the following week, which is why I started feeling like myself. Now I'm building routines again. I'm going for morning runs. I'm developing reading time, evening edits for the podcast, and then blocks of focus work for my agency. I'm running on the side, but my full time work is obviously my first priority right now. So I'm learning how to juggle proper 9 to 5 with building something on the side. And honestly, it's very hard, but it's a good feeling. I'm also deep into a few books right now and short courses, which I'm trying to like train my muscle of running a business, but not just dreaming about it. So that's why the part of the show is very slow because I've been in a study mode and I've been practicing, trying to level up on things which I really think are going to put me out for better. And that's the reason why I have not been able to record the episodes for the 3M show. Uh, it's not just avoidance. Tonight, I want to share the lessons I've been chewing on a book from The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz. And if you're building something like a startup or creative project or even trying to run your life well, this book is very brutal. And that's why I love it so much. And honestly, it just teaches you how to face difficulty in any part of a business. So I'll walk you through a few ideas that hit me really hard, and then I'll show you how I'm trying to apply them as I build my routine, my startup, and a podcast back up. So the central idea in this book and the part that really wakes you up is simple: that building something real is almost always very messy and painful. It's going to take longer than you expect. It's going to be full of challenges, hardships. People you love might leave you. Old bonds will be broken to form new ones, and everywhere you go, you'll feel like you're making a mistake. And if you've ever tried to start anything meaningful, you know the struggle, the nights you can sleep, the customers who leave, the clients who are not ready to give you a monthly retainer, people who disagree with you, that slow grinding pressure. This book doesn't really sugarcoat anything. It says it's very normal and expect to learn and run into these problems again and again. So why does it matter? Because when you accept the things will be ugly sometimes, you stop being surprised. You stop panicking about small situation, and stress just becomes a regular part of your life. So panicking makes you make poor decisions, and a calm prepared person can handle any messy situations because they have to be the rock other people rely on, and that's true leadership. So the author calls this a leading business, a wartime, and honestly, from my experience, it truly is a war. You're in a constant war when you're running a business with others, with yourself, your own thoughts, and your own mindset. So you continuously doubt each and every decision you make. And the truth is that there are no perfect solutions to anything, which is why any decision you make in your business can either make you very lucky, or you're going to have to work twice as hard in order to make sense of that decision. So the truth is there are no perfect solutions. And another lesson which I really liked in this book is that there are no shortcuts to knowledge or even life in general, because no amount of courses, universities, or seminars will prepare you how to run a company. You simply have to just learn by the mistakes you make and keep on going. You can't take shortcuts anywhere, and the more volume you produce, the more work you do, the lower your rate of failure would be, because your output is indirectly correlation to what your success is. So no matter how hard you try, you must believe in yourself, your team, and accept that things will go wrong. You will make a heavy mistake which is going to cost you a very big time. It is important for you to realize that you need to be transparent and come up with solutions, not just those mistakes again. So when you're leading with brutal honesty, which this book really teaches you, when things are bad, they doesn't really soften the truth. So when some things are going bad in your company, in your freelance business or anything, just tell your team what's happening, even if it's ugly, because people are often more stronger than you think. They can handle more than you think, and they can't really handle surprises. So when Ben says that a CEO must make people feel safe while being transparent about the danger, that's just a strange balance, because you have to be calm in a voice and clear in a direction and honest about the trade-offs. And honestly, Ben does a really good job in explaining how lonely the role of a CEO is. So right now, I'm in an apartment in London, and I live alone right now. And uh, it's very crazy that there are a few days which goes by where the only person I see is myself in the mirror, and that's it. And I don't see anyone for a few days, and that's the reason I really had to build a routine to go to the park or join a gym and stuff like that, because it's absolutely insane that how lonely it can be sometimes to work on your own self, work on your business, work on your 9 to 5, and then you have to make all these decisions which are very hard, and it can only be made by you, because those decisions are either going to move you or it's going to hold you back and put you in the same spot. And leadership is lonely. Making hard calls isolates you a lot of times. So the three takeaways which everyone should take away from this book is that being a CEO, being a producer or founder, is a series of a lot of hard, difficult decisions, and many of which you will have to make by yourself. It's a huge people management position. So if you're comfortable with hiring, managing, and firing people, and you learn all those things if you read the book, then only you will be good at managing your company and moving forward. Because being a CEO and starting your own business is just all these hard decisions and tough times, and how used to you are to them. There would be great cherry on the cake moments. You will have your victories, you will have those shining moments, but you have to be comfortable with being discomfortable for a very, very long time. So those are all my takeaways from this book. And before we close, a couple of things which personally I'm very excited about is that I've almost finishing writing my own book. It's called the 200 Rules of Life. It's a dense, interesting read, and I'll share a list of short rules that hit me hardest on the show. And this book I've been working on for the past 4.5 years, ever since I went to my boarding school. I left my boarding school and then I came to London for the first time ever. It's a very, very interesting read, and I expect a follow up episode where I go through a handful of rules and how I'm trying to put them in practice. Another big announcement is that I'm starting a YouTube channel, and it's just a list of things which I find interesting. I just want to put more content out for other people. I want to give value to other people, and I'm learning and always curious about AI and how it's changing creative work, business lessons which I'm learning in real time, and self-help books which I actually love reading, and just a bit of other itsy bitsy things like vlogging and the messy life which people ask me about. So this channel is perfect, imperfect, practical, and honest, much like my podcast, but more visual. And I'll drop the first video soon. So uh, please give it a follow. And thank you so much for your time. If you want to support the show, please follow the 3M Show Official on Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube channel, and follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. And if you want to talk to me one on one, there is a booking link in the description, and the link to the book which we talked about today, The Hard Thing About Hard Things, it's also in the description. So everything else, please send me a DM or email me at team@the3mshow.com. Take care of yourself, and just like always, the question I ask: if you had 2 minutes and the whole world was listening to you, what would you say? Thank you so much for listening to me. My name is Raghav Goyal, and thank you for your time.